Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good today. I thought I would do a little Q&A today as I know the men's team don't play for a little while and I thought we could just have one of these chats. So I hope you guys can send me in some questions and yeah, I'm happy to answer them. Arsenal, the men, the women's team, whatever you guys want to send in, please do. I hope you do enjoy this. I will be on here for about 20 to 30 minutes today. I know there's a few of you that sent in questions, which I do really appreciate. And as I say, please do like my video if you enjoy my content. Please do subscribe here as well if you are enjoying my content. And yeah, I'm literally going to get straight into this as I want to answer your questions. AFC always pick up, can Arsenal turn the season around? Well, obviously at the moment it's so tough, isn't it? Because throughout the two cups, the league, I think the league, if we're being honest, is our best hope. Liverpool, we need to go to Anfield and win. They need to drop points. So I think at the moment, all I'll say is that we've just got to do our job and we just got to hope they drop points. So I think for us at the moment, I know the team are in Dubai, and I'm going to speak about that because there has been a bit of a uproar about that. But for me, I think if we can't win the league, there's not much else we can do and just end the season on a high. And know we're in the Champions League as well, and we've just got to see how that goes. But I just don't think we've got a team that's ready to win the Champions League just yet. As I mentioned about Dubai, I want to get your thoughts on this because I know I've heard a lot of things and I see this two different ways. Now, obviously, a team have gone to Dubai to having a break, and it's the FA Cup weekend, and you do really miss these games in the FA Cup. You know, I thought that Plymouth game was absolutely amazing to watch. I do get that buzz of the FA Cup because anything can really happen. But do you feel like we've eroded the failure? Because I kind of see it as the team didn't need to like put up a good fight. They knew they were going to Dubai, so they knew they could go and relax. And against United, I thought it was a very poor performance. The Newcastle one was really, really shocking. I thought the performance against Newcastle. I feel like the team knew they were going to Dubai, so they didn't really need to work hard. I think if it was the case where Arteta said to them, guys, we're only going to go to Dubai if you can win this game, then I feel like maybe is that a better thing to do, or maybe because I think the thing is that they've got a break, and I feel like you've really seen these FA Cup games this weekend, and I feel like we're really missing out, and it's obviously a real shame because if we can't win the league, I think the FA Cup and the League Cup they're our best chances of getting that silverware. So yeah, I just feel like I've really really missed. I missed the team really this weekend. Pick up Arsenal fan 101 who always shares. Hey guys, I'm sorry about that. Sometimes my computer does that thing where it just shuts down. As I was saying, big up Arsenal fan 101. Do you think Sleeper will leave Arsenal? Obviously, that's a big worry in my mind. There's been so much conversations about this recently, and honestly, it's so tough. I don't think he'll leave yet, but I also think if we don't win anything this season, I'm not really sure we'll win anything. I know we can win the league. Obviously, that's still a chance, but um, if we don't win anything next season, I do think he'd go. And if we're being honest, we can't blame him because it does feel a bit at the moment that there's a bit of a cycle with us at the moment. We'll get so far and we can't get over that line, and it does feel a bit like a cycle where we can't win stuff. So you can't blame him if he did want to go to Madrid, who are a very, very good team, especially in the Champions League, and they've got a big history. So I think they're in a good place. So you wouldn't blame him if he did go. But obviously, it would be very, very hard to take because he's so young, he's so talented, and we want to keep him at Arsenal. And I know him. I know that he'll want to win trophies with us. And I know that he's very ambitious as well. So it is a tough one, isn't it, for him? Because I know he really loves Arsenal, but at the same time, I think he's going to do what's right for him at the end of the day with his career. And if we're not winning stuff, then I think he's going to look elsewhere. And I think we can't argue against that. So I think, if there was a record breaking fee, then I think would Arsenal take it? I don't know. I mean, we would want to keep him and, keep him for as long as we can, but I just felt we're sort of wasting his career if he's not going to win stuff with us. So I think it's a tough one to call. Um, but I definitely think it's going to happen. I mean, people think it might happen this summer. I don't think it's going this soon, if I'm being honest. I think it definitely will happen at some point because we're not winning stuff. We're not winning anything at all. Like if we were winning like FA Cups and stuff, I think he would, be happy to stay. But I think at the moment, I think he's okay. But I think this is going to be a big question because players are going to move on if we're not going to win stuff. So it's obviously going to be tough if that does happen, but it's likely inevitable. It will happen at some point, unfortunately, because we need to be winning silverware. Arsenal, big up everyone that's in the chat. I do see you all dropping your comments in. Thank you so much. Big up Dean Smith. Can you please show me your Arsenal shirt? I did actually do a video a little while ago, and check it on my channel now if you want. It was just I did like some of my Arsenal tops that I have, so if you want to check that out, then yeah, go and give that a watch. I did do I think it might have been a few months ago, but I do enjoy doing that as well. So I just sort of spoke about the Arsenal shirts that I have. I think I did a few of my jackets as well, so check it out if you want. Obviously, if you don't want to, that's fine. But yeah, I've done content on that before, so yeah, big up Bella. I've not seen you here for a while. Always good to see you. Arsenal women are getting strong this season. Hopefully, surpass Chelsea next season. I think, obviously, like you said, we're doing really well, and I think it's gonna take a bit of time to get past Chelsea. But next season, I definitely think we could win some silverware. I definitely think that we could have a great chance of winning the league. Obviously, this season for the women's, we're in the FA Cup quarterfinals. I think we'll find out soon who we do get, which I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm a bit nervous. We'll probably have Chelsea now in our luck. But yeah, very, like you said, a very, very good season for the women's. I love that from you, Bella. But as I mentioned, very, very happy with the progress for the women's team. I think we're going in the right direction. I think anyone can really see that. But as you said, really happy, and I hope we can. Yeah, it'd be great if we won the title next season with Rennie. But obviously, Chelsea are very, very strong, and it's going to be so tough to sort of stop them. I know Man City, United are in the mix as well, but it's going to be so tough to sort of, go above them. But I think if this season, if we can get Champions League football, then I think that's obviously the most important thing. That's all we can do at the moment because, we're not going to win the league and we just got to try and finish as high as we can. I think top 3 is Champions League football, so we just have to make sure we can come second or third, ideally second. But yeah, I think the women's team are doing absolutely amazing. I think I think the seasons are going good. I mean, I think there might be 10 games left of the season, including the Champions League game. So all we can do really is end the season on a really positive note and do the best that we can at the moment. And yeah, I feel really happy with obviously how things are going. I know it's another season and we're not going to win the league, but I think all we can do is our best. And Jonas is gone, and I think we're in a better place now. I think we're much happier. I think the team look a lot more confident. So obviously that's a really, really good sign. Really happy for all the players. And obviously we'll get to see Chloe Kelly play soon, which I'm personally very, very excited about because I love her. I think she's been amazing. I think like throughout her career, I think she's done really good, and it's really nice to sort of see her progress that she's made. And yeah, I can't wait to see her wearing that red and white shirt. And yeah, it'd be weird to see her play for Arsenal because never thought she'd actually come back to the club after all these years. Thank you so much, AFC Always. I'm really happy you're enjoying my show today. A big up to everyone in the chat as well. I know there's some of you watching. And yeah, I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions that you guys may have today. I know this was a short notice, but I just thought I'd jump on here for a little while today because I do like interacting with you guys. I do like, these type of streams, and I think it's really great to be able to do these. So yeah, I hope you all are enjoying this so far. And yeah, please do let's get these comments in. Send me your questions, and I'm happy to answer whatever it is about the men and the women's team. And I hope you all are enjoying the stream. And please do like the stream, guys, if you are watching. Big up, Bal. I hope you're good. I feel like Sterling is playing like he is on purpose. I mean, I think we're gonna have to see with Sterling how it does go. It's so weird with Martinelli being out now. It leaves us a lot more short, which is obviously so tough. Listen, Martinelli, obviously his end product hadn't been great anyway, but I think it's going to be tough without him as well because we don't know what's around the corner of these injuries. But yeah, we're going to have to just sort of see what happens with that. But yeah, I think Sterling's going to have to step up, hasn't he, when he plays? But he doesn't really start anyway. Obviously, we've got a big game back. The team will be back very soon. I think pretty sure it's this Saturday. I think a lot of us have really needed this break from Arsenal. Maybe that sounds a bit mean, but I feel like at the moment things are so tough, aren't they? Like I think I love the cup games. I think because we're not being able to win the league the last few seasons, I think I've really took them seriously, and I've really thought, you know what, let's win the League Cup. We've not won a League Cup for a very long time. I don't really know when we last won it. I don't know if it was like in the 80s or 70s. Let me know, guys, in the comments. But it has been a very long time, and I feel like we've got to, we had to beat Newcastle, and at the time I was happy with the draw of Newcastle. But looking back, I just feel like the first leg, I think we blew it. The first leg, I think. I just don't think we really had much hope going into second leg, and that was so tough. Our performance was, not great, and I think the FA Cup's a tough one to take. So yeah, it's been a really tough few weeks, and I presume Arteta's taken them away to Dubai so they feel refreshed, so they feel like I mean, when the team went to Dubai last time, they came back a different team. Obviously, that'd be amazing if they came back a different team and started scoring a lot more. But we just don't know. We just don't know. And this season has been, I don't really know how to describe the season. It's definitely been a roller coaster. It's definitely not been what I expected. I really thought we would have kicked on the season after last season, after how poor things were last season. It's obviously just been so disappointing. I know we've had injuries and setbacks, and I do, consider that, but it's been so tough, guys. Big up Bala again. Don't want to keep you safe. I trust you win this thing once and for all. I'll be yourself, Bala. Send in any questions if you have any, because I'm more than happy to answer. Your questions, but it's always great to see you in the chat, and I hope you are doing good as well. It's always great to see you back, and yeah, I always appreciate the support you've always shown me on my channel. And yeah, big up yourself. I hope you're well. Everything's good. Play of the season so far. A good question. Thank you so much again. And like I said, I do really appreciate your support. I think there's sort of two players that I think of at the moment because I I think, like I've mentioned, the season hasn't been particularly great, has it, guys? Listen, I know we've had setbacks definitely, and this is just something that happens in football, and we're gonna have to just manage these. I think, in my opinion, like the setbacks that we've had, we could have managed better. Like we go to January, we could have brought a striker in, we could have done this. Um, so yeah, I feel like we could have helped ourselves in these situations. I know, it's been hard on Arteta, but at the same time, he could have helped himself. He could have brought someone in January. So like, I do get it's been hard for him, but it's not really been the start of the season that I expected. But um, I think Partey has done really well this season. I think he's been fit. He's never really been fit for a full season. It does look like to me that he's going to be, leaving in the summer with Jorginho, which I'm happy about. I think that's the right thing to do. I think I'm okay with that personally. Um, Partey's just been very consistent. And yeah, I just feel like he's very important in our midfield this season. As I mentioned, he will be going in the summer, I do presume. So we're going to have to spend a lot of money to replace him in Jorginho. But another player for me that I don't think people would really see him as a player of the season, but I did not know what to expect from Timber this season because I thought to myself, he's had a big injury. I'm not going to expect you to, be sort of maybe the player you were, or I'm not going to expect you to be perfect or, put in, 7 or 8 out of 10 performances week in, week out, because I know these injuries take time and some players aren't the same after an ACL. So I think we've had to be fair. And I think he's done so well. He's done a lot better than I thought because, like you said, things do take time, but he's adapted really well. And I feel like he's played a lot of games, if we are being honest. And his fitness is obviously being tested for sure. But I think he deserves like a lot of credit really because, like I said, he's played a lot of football and he's worked really hard. And there was a game throughout the season where I felt like he really stepped up, and it was the North London Derby game. And I felt like, to me, the passion he showed was really incredible. And I feel like we've got a very, very special player. And like we said with Saliba, we don't want to lose these players. We know how talented they are. We know how special they are to the team. So I do think it's important that we can keep hold of these players, but I also think that's the problem we're in now. We need to win that silverware, so it's going to be tough. But yeah, that's my answer. Partey and Timber, I'd probably say big up. Bala, thank you for your videos. I wish you the best as well. Very, very much appreciated. Yeah, thank you as well for coming in today. It's been great to, chat with you. Big up man like Will. I hope you're good. And big up Sophie. Show some love for her in the chat. Very kind of you. Big up yourself. Always lovely to see you. I hope you're doing good. I hope your channel is going well. Please do subscribe to his channel because he does amazing stuff, and I was kindly invited on his channel, and I'm definitely going to get you on at some point this season. Maybe next month, possibly, depending on both our schedules. But definitely love to have you on because you're about the good vibes and always great to have you on my channel. Really enjoyed on your channel, going on your channel and doing, I think we might have done a preview or something or a review. But yeah, you do good stuff, and yeah, it was great to go on your channel. So big up yourself, big up as well to everyone in the chat that is watching. I do appreciate this, and yeah, I hope you all are enjoying this. Send me in any questions. I will probably stay on here for 15 more minutes. Big up George Oxley, you were on League on this. Yeah, I did see that today. I did. It's a difficult situation, and I'm just not much I can say really. I mean, I never want to upset anyone, so I did message Lee as well just to say that I wasn't aware of anything. So it's a bit tough really, and yeah, there's not really much else to say. But yeah, big up Lee was showing me love today in the chat as well, which is very, very nice. Yeah, he was quite nice to me. Obviously, it's so hard for me to say anything because I have no idea about everything that happened. But yeah, he was nice to me. I do appreciate that, and those that were sending me nice messages in the chat as well. yeah, which was very, very nice. So Lee was very nice to me, so I really appreciate that. Big up Carter Glass. I hope you're good. Good evening to you, and yeah, I hope you are having a good day. He didn't say anything bad about you, don't worry. He actually told his fans, yeah, to subscribe. I did see that. I do appreciate that. I had a few comments from that. Because obviously, I do appreciate people sending me nice messages. I was like, what have I done? Have I done, like, I woke up this morning and I thought, oh gosh, have I done something wrong? But no, it's all good. Yeah, I do appreciate that. Big up yourself, George, as well, for, yeah, that comment. Been a crazy day. That's all I can say, really. But big up to you guys that are in the chat at the moment, because it's been really good to chat with you at the moment. I do think I need to do Q&As more. This is so crazy. Like, this is the first time we've really had a break from Arsenal, in a very long time. And I think if it's so, like, I've said this so many times. Like, I know the FA Cup isn't the best trophy, but it's a trophy that we really should win. Big up Emerson Hosier. Now, I'm really sorry if I pronounce this wrong. I get what you're asking me. I just don't want to pronounce the young players. Would you give Kaelan Edwards or Nathan Butler? I don't know if I can pronounce that last name, but I know who you're on about. Um, I would give them minutes, yeah. I think obviously I wouldn't really. I don't think I'd start them, but you've really seen Lewis Skelly, um, and when now they've really injected this energy and life to this team, and I feel like we've really needed that. And this team has lacked that, if we are being honest, in a very long time. We know how good these players can be. We know how good Partey, Rice, Odegaard can be on their best day, but obviously at the moment, I think these experienced players are just being a bit inconsistent, which is obviously tough. But yeah, listen, I think definitely like to give them minutes. I definitely believe in the youth and giving them chances. I think that's what we should be about. So yeah, the answer is that obviously we've got a lot of big games. I mean, Leicester could be a good chance if we are winning quite comfortably to bring them on. But obviously at the moment it doesn't really. You don't know if Arsenal going to the Leicester game. We should win on paper, but I really don't know what Arsenal are going to do. You can never predict Arsenal. You just never know what Arsenal are going to do. Which Arsenal will turn up. But obviously hope the team are refreshed after the bye. Raring to go for this game, because we need to win, definitely. Big up George. Sophie, honest opinion, would you keep Arteta if we didn't win any silverware this season? Big up George, good question. I think my current mood at the moment is that I'm tired, and I think a lot of us are tired. I'm just going to keep this question up in case anyone wants to. If you guys want to answer this as well, please do answer it, and I'll read your comment. But it's a tough one to answer, because I do acknowledge that he has taken us to competing again. I know we were like eighth. I think when Arteta came in, we were eighth, and then was it fifth? And then, if I'm being honest, I think when we're eighth, when we're fifth, it's not good enough. But I really wanted to give Arteta time, and I've really thought to myself, let's wait till he brings his own players in. I don't think I could really argue like for him to say it's really tough for me, because I want to see him do well, and he's been so close to silverware. But if we don't win anything, then I can't really argue about him staying. I mean, he will stay, and I really, like I've said, I have a lot of good things to say about him. But at the same time, we're not winning stuff. It isn't good enough. And even if we won the League Cup this season, came second, I would have felt it isn't a lot. We should be winning more, but at least he's shown progress with our silverware, because you look at a manager's legacy and you see Arteta's, won FA Cup in 5 seasons, 5 years. It's just not good enough. He needs to be winning a lot more than that. Even if it was like a league title. What if you at least won one of the league titles when we've been competing? That would have been good. So, listen, a good question. I have said at the end of the season I will probably do a video on my opinion and my thoughts and where we go from here. I will also say I think the Kroenkes are, do need to be responsible. Arteta's sort of the one in the firing light, which, he could have done stuff in January. I mean, I don't know about the money situation 100%. Like, I don't know every single, detail about it. But, Arteta has been given money at the end of the day, and he's got some great players in, but also he's made a lot of mistakes. So, um, the Kroenkes have given money, but I also feel like in an ideal world, I would love to have a different ownership, because they've really shown under Wenger, that they don't care, and he's had to deal with that. I know at the time we did need a change in manager, but at the same time, I just feel like for me, um, it's just not good enough where we are. We need to be winning stuff. We are challenging, but I'm not saying we can't win the league this season. I just think we've got to really, really rely on Liverpool, and we have to win all of our games. And do you guys think we can win all of our games? Because I'm honestly not so sure we can win all of our games. Big up Kai, hope you're good. I'm good, thank you. Hope you are too. Big up Charlotte Smalls, I hope you're good. Hope you're having a great day. Big up Carter Glass. No easy games in the Premier League. Absolutely, any game, you go into. I mean, a few seasons back, I could have gone, we're going to win this easily. But now it's never the case, because I think this season we never know what Arsenal are capable of. We don't know. We're a bit inconsistent, I would say. So, yeah, I think the Leicester game is going to be a tough one. Sophie, 700 million should get us competing again, though, let's be honest. Listen, I think he has spent a lot of money, and we can't argue that. Like, that is just a fact. He has spent a lot of money, and you probably do expect him to, in that, we have brought in a lot of defenders. And if we're being honest, our defence at the moment is, a lot better. But I think he should have brought more attackers in that time. Because obviously, it's just crazy to me we've not brought a striker in yet. Like, I just think that blows my mind. It's so obvious that we need a striker, and it's like I say this all the time. It's so frustrating that I keep saying the same stuff about needing a striker, but it is true. We are in desperate need for one, and I think it's tough at the moment. And I don't think going to Dubai does change the fact we desperately need a striker. But I think he has spent a lot of money. I think he has made mistakes. I mean, the summer window wasn't good enough. You know, California, I'd say, has been a great signing. I know at the moment I know he scored that great goal to win us the game against Wolves, but I know Lewis Skelly's sort of starting at the moment, which I think is deserved. But I think we need to just see, Marino, I think, is a player that will come good in time. But I think at the moment we need players that are going to be good now, that are going to really improve us now. And I think that's our biggest problem that we're having at the moment. We need impact players, to come on, win us games. Like we need those style of players, and I think we don't really have enough of them. So that makes it obviously a lot more harder. But yeah, like you said, he's had a lot of money, and you can't defend that. It's just an actual fact. He's had lots of money since he started, and I do get he's wanting to build up the defence first, but our midfield, I don't think it looks much stronger, if I'm being honest. I think we've improved. Yeah, Party. Jorginho's been, I think we can all sit here and say Jorginho, he's been a good player. I know he's not, you know, a player to win us stuff, but I think he has been a good squad player. But obviously at the moment, it's hard. But I think in the January window, I think the summer we've messed up, and the January window, if not, we haven't helped ourselves. So yeah, a bit of a rant there from me. Big up Ravi, big up Sophie Legend. Thank you so much. Big up yourself. Big up Carter. Market conditions unfortunately dictate can't go and buy Isak from Newcastle's say no sale. Like, I don't mind if we're not going to buy Isak, but I think we need to bring someone in that's going to really elevate us. The summer's going to be really big for me to see what happens. But like I said, I don't think it's really good enough what has been happening, and I think we need to, make some signings. I think in the summer we've got to be quick. We've got to just make changes to this team, because we're going to lose a lot of players. If we're being honest, we are. I think a lot of players are going to go. And like I mentioned, we have a lot of loan players, that are still here. I think maybe Kivior might go. I think We've got, let's say, Jorginho, Partey, I do think will definitely go, and then we have to replace them. There's so much more to this, really. It's there's a lot to say. There's a lot of questions. Hold on, let me just. Um, when will this club realize the need? Yeah, I don't honestly. I'm just so tired of saying it as well. Like it, to me, it's the obvious thing that we need a striker. Like, surely Arteta must see themselves that we're lacking in that department. Why don't you bring a striker in? Yeah, so I can't really argue against that. I'm honestly just as tired as you of saying it as well. It's just so obvious that we need someone to really improve us, and I don't know why we've not brought a striker in. Why don't Arsenal bring someone in the summer? Like, why didn't we do that? I don't get it. Like it doesn't. I can't make an excuse. I can't say anything else. It's just been disappointing. I mean, in the summer, um, we did. I think we were looking at Sesko. I think he was a possible option, but then we went off him. We didn't really look for any other attackers, and I'm just like, well, what are we doing? Like, are we gonna bring anyone in? So yeah, I don't think we've really done our best job in the summer. If Arsenal can bust the cash for Rice, then they must bust the cash for Coquerez. That's the thing as well. We went. I can't really remember actually how much Rice was. Rice nearly 100. I think he might have been 100. I can't remember, but he was a lot of money at the time, and a lot of fans were like, "It's not worth that." And they were quite vocal about the fact he wasn't really worth the money that we paid for him at the time. And I thought, you know what, it's not my money. If Arsenal want to get Rice, I'd be very happy. Rice, for me, has always been a very, very good player, and I've really admired him, when he's been at West Ham. I've always, I've loved him for England. So I was like, I'm happy for us to do that. Um, but for me, it's just, yeah, I just think if we can do that, like you said, then why can't we do that for striker? Why can't we go all out and buy a striker with that amount of money? So we can do it, but I just don't know why we're not doing it. And I wasn't surprised we didn't sign anyone in the January window because I thought we might go big for striker in the summer. Yeah, I just feel like we should have brought someone in. There's definitely players out there that we could have brought in. Like, honestly, I'm not even surprised anymore. I'm just like tired of it about us needing a striker, having these conversations about a striker. The club need to realise we need reinforcements in the attack. I mean, we're just gonna have to see how our season goes, but it's sort of the same conversations that we're all having all the time. Um, Sterling at his age and loans any team adds nothing. I mean, he's not really played much, has he? I don't know if Arteta believes in him. I don't know if Arteta just sees him as, a bit of experience for the young players, or I feel like I would like to see more of him, but I don't think Arteta's really going to do that, unfortunately. So, yeah, I mean, maybe he was a panic buy, I don't know, but I know that he needed to get out of that Chelsea environment. I was hoping Arteta would actually get more out of him, if I'm being honest. So I feel like I have been a bit disappointed with the fact he's not really, Arteta has improved Havertz, and that is definitely a fact, but he's not improved, players that I thought it would improve, like Sterling. So, yeah, this season has been a big test. I don't think our players this summer have done enough, really. And what Arsenal do is finesse the fans with new merch. Yeah, I can't argue that. I don't really buy much Arsenal merch. I love the merch, but I don't really. It's too expensive, I think. Um, but yeah, I just think we need to get real and bring in the right players. This summer we definitely have to do that because I'm just at that point now where I just want us to win stuff. I mean, I've wanted us to win stuff for a very long time, but I feel like we're all tired at the moment of everything. But I just hope things get better. After the team are back from Dubai, I hope that the team are feeling more ready to kick on. I want the team to have more hunger, and I don't really feel like they do have that. Um, Mourinho is a waste of space. Don't see what he offers Arsenal. I think he's a player that will take a few seasons to get comfortable at Arsenal. And as I've mentioned, he's a player that would be good in a few years. But we need a player that's gonna adapt well to this team, and like I said, impact subs. That's what we need, and we don't have at the moment, which I think makes it, so much tougher. We need, like I said, we need impactful players, and I don't really think he is that at the moment, which is a shame because we need our midfield to improve as well as our attack, because there has been games where we haven't been great in our attack, but the midfield hasn't helped either. So I feel like a lot of players are accountable for all of these things. I think we have to take the midfield into consideration. The fact that Partey is great, Rice is great, but I just feel like Partey will be going in the summer as well, and I think it's going to be a tough thing for us to sort of bring in the right players. Obviously, Rice is going to be here, obviously, still for a very long time. I hope he is. He's come here to win stuff, and I think he's, had it hard at the moment. We've challenged twice and not won, and we've not really been winning the FA Cups either, or the League Cups, which for me is so disappointing. So yeah, it's definitely been tough for the team, for the players. They want to demand better, but I just hope we can kick off getting that win against Leicester. I think that can put us in a better place, and I think we're just going to see how we go with the league. Arsenal, same with my club, Liverpool, need players for right now, not getting prospect players that might be good in 3 years. Don't have that time when other teams are struggling. Yeah, exactly. And I just feel like we've brought players in that will be good in the future, but they haven't really turned out to be those impact players right now. So it's so obvious to me that we need players that are gonna, come off the bench or start the game, win us for it. And if it's a tough game and it's, say we are playing like Madrid in a semi-final, or we're playing Man City and we've got to win the league in that game, we need players that are going to really win us these games. Like, I really thought Odegaard, if he had taken that chance at Newcastle game, we would have won that. So it's these fine margins, and we need these players to help us with these fine margins. And I just worry that we don't have that right now. But yeah, I just hope we can have a big summer. There's not much we can do now. The January window's done. Obviously, like a lot of you guys, I'm not happy. I wish we'd brought in the right, just someone. I wouldn't want us to bring in just someone, obviously, because we see with Sterling, he's not really had much game time. He's not really helped us being impactful in games. But for me, I just feel like we need to start off the summer really strong and bring in the right players to help us kick on, and for next season. I mean, we're already thinking about next season, and the season's obviously not finished yet. It doesn't finish for a while, so we still have a while, guys. And big up everyone that is in the chat. I've just realised I've nearly been on here for 40 minutes. I'm going to end the stream in about 5 minutes, guys. If you guys have any last questions you want to drop in, please do send them in. I'm more than happy to answer them while I'm live. I know this one was a little bit of a last minute one, but I just feel like I needed to come on here for a chat with you guys. I know there's a lot of you watching, so big up you guys as always. Big up everyone that's in here and that have sent me questions for tonight. I think it's nice to just do a different style video as a change, and I do appreciate all of you guys as well. That has sent me in comments. There is no big summer, just the same old rubbish to try and convince. I would love for Arsenal this summer to go, say the first day when the window opens, to bring in the right players, like, bring in that striker, bring in. I think we definitely need a few wingers. I feel like we need one on the left, one on the right. I know we have Saka there, but I think he needs a bit of healthy competition as well. So I feel like that would be really good. But I just don't know if it would happen. I'm going to answer this, and then I'm going to round the stream up. Big up Ravi. Thoughts on Trossard? I think Trossard's definitely going to go. I do think he could leave in the summer. Like, I wouldn't really be surprised if he did leave. I think he's obviously been here for a while. I don't actually think we've won anything with him. I know we got that Community Shield, but I don't really see that as like a major honour. So yeah, I think for me, Trossard's done really well this season. I think it's been hard for him. I think he's tried. He's done all he can, and I think he's tried to do his best, and He's not always got it right, but I just feel like a lot of the players haven't turned up this season. I think I just froze then. I hope I'm back for you guys. Let me know if you can all hear me okay as well. As I was mentioned, Trossard, yeah, I'm happy with him. I think it's been hard for him, as I've mentioned. I do think he's gonna go in the summer, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I think he's definitely more of a bench player, but we've had to play him because of these injuries, and there's not much else we can do. Um, you know what's the real with Arsenal's club doesn't seem to care about loyalty and fans like yourself. Yeah, I mean, I just want us to see us back winning. I just don't think we're there just yet. With the league, we can win. I just think I really feel like we're quite far away. Um, so if Martinelli get better as that hit from him, if I'm being completely honest, I think this is what we're going to get from. I think this season, the way he's been playing, I still can think this will happen. Like I think he's done a lot of good from us over the past few years, but I just think this is him now. Like I don't really know if he can get any better. I think his finishing has been poor, but I think that's just him now as a player. But I do think he'll probably stay. I think he's a good squad player, but maybe because the pressure's on him, it's harder for him. Possibly, we'll definitely have to see. It's been a tough time for him, but we need to see him do better because I know he scored in the game and he has had chances and he's had moments where he's done well, but ultimately I think we needed to see more from him in these big moments. I know I look at the Newcastle game and I think so many other players really should have stepped up and they haven't, which is quite disappointing when you need these big players, to step up. You need your captain to step up. It has been tough. But I'm going to end the stream now, guys, because I have been live for 40 minutes. I've really enjoyed chatting with you all. As I always say, I'll let you all know when my next sort of video is going to be out. But I appreciate all of you joining in on the conversation tonight. You know, I do love doing these videos, as I've mentioned, and I really hope you have enjoyed this stream too. And thank you all so much for your support as always. I do really appreciate it. As always, please do like this video if you have enjoyed it. Please do subscribe to my channel if you are new here and you like my content. And yeah, share my stuff if you'd like, if you want others to see it. But as I said, I will be back very soon. I know it's a busy weekend for the men and the women's team, so it's a bit of a quiet week at the moment, but I will be doing like previews for that as well. But I hope you all do have a wonderful night, and I'll be back very soon. Bye, guys.